Well, that's a very good question. What are the risks involved with any kind of investment? See, there are so many risks with the same level of, yeah, an investment can come with same level of risk and importance as we are aware of the risks of associated with the any investment. Before making a decision, one needs to analyze. I say that like location. You got to look through all the I's dotted and T's crossed, and small flags and small red flags become very big red flags. I always say that. And the larger green flags become small green flags. So in making a decision, one should really look into all the risks involved. One particularly is the market risk. The value of the investment can fluctuate due to the changes in the overall market, and also such as economic downturns, changes in the interest rates. Those are two major factors. Number two, maybe credit risk. Investments that rely on the creditworthiness of the borrower or the issuer can be subject to also credit risk, which is the risk of default or non-payment. That's the big risk right there. Maybe third could be inflation risk, with everything happening inflationary now in 2022 and 2023. As I'm recording this, it can be also erode the purchasing power of an investment over time, especially if the investment is returns not keeping up pace with the inflation. If the profits of the assets are not keeping up with the inflation, that could be a risk. The fourth one may be liquidity risk. That's a big one, where some investments may be difficult to sell or to convert into cash quickly. So there, it can create liquidity risk, so that the investors need to access if they need to invest. In most of the real estates that I'm involved in, they're like 3 to 7 year hold kind of thing, because you can't sell the real estate commercial assets that quickly, and so on. Maybe the fifth one would be political risks. That's very regulatory risks, we call it. Investments can also have impact by changes in the political laws and regulations and government policies, and which can create uncertainty in the risk of to the investors. And the fifth one would be maybe concentration risk. Concentration, if an investment is highly concentrated in a single asset sector or in a geographical region, that can also hurt us. It can be subject to concentration risks, which is the risk of loss due to lack of diversification, we call it right there. And maybe seventh one could be operational risks, which are again instruments that can also be impacted by the operation of that asset, such as errors and frauds and committed by the investment managers or the custodians. That's a big risk also. So these are just a few examples of some of the associated risks in investments. A special risk will be dependent on the type of the investment that you are investing in, or the individual circumstances. It's important investors should thoroughly evaluate and also understand the risks associated with any kind of investment before making a decision.